Okay, let's get started. Blank template. They're all named Amplify template. And what we go into here is the authoring experience. This is called the main draft when we're thinking about what is this called in Amplify speak. It's called the main draft. We are using a SharePoint page to craft our message. And so anyone who's created a SharePoint page before, it's a block editor and we're able to create sections. We can add things onto the page called web parts. And so we'll do some of that now. We have to give our campaign, or rather our publication, a name. I have found that if you decide, oh no, I don't want to create a publication now, you try and click back, it's like, oh, hang on, you can't do that. You've got to give it a name first. So let's just say that this was new teams is now available. And with any of these pages that we can create in SharePoint, of course, we can do the usual change in the different formats. It could be color block. With overlap, of course, we can change things like the background image. So I think I have something here that I can use. Let's go into downloads, new teams. Here's a screenshot. And I'm going to use the screenshot a bit later. And it might look pretty meh. Yeah, it's not great sizing. Not the best example, but you get the idea. If it's a good sized image, it's going to sit there and look quite nice. That one's a bit average. All right, I'm going to copy and paste some text in here a bit to just speed things up. So this is just a regular text box. So of course you're going to put your text in there and you can do all the different types of formatting as usual, move things around. You know here too, let's just close off this panel here for formatting, that because it's a SharePoint page, we can change up the sections. At the moment it's one column. What I like to do with some of these regular kinds of news articles and publications is I do like to use 1/3 right. That gives me a column on the right hand side where I can put things like references, and it's just part of the article but just off to the side. Looks quite nice. You can use your background shading and things like that too. Now I haven't chosen a theme for this site, so it's interesting if I look at that. I didn't choose blue when I started creating the campaign site, but it has defaulted to a blue as a section color. I don't know if I can change that from here. We can upload an image, so we'll use the same image that we had beforehand, or maybe we'll just try something from stock images because it looks a little better. Let's do computers. Yeah, nice tech. Try that. So as our stock images. And then what else can we do in here? Well, we can do the usual things with images. We can make it link off to various things. So all of that stuff that you would normally expect. Because I've got a side 1/3 right, I'm going to use a quick links web part. So I'm going to call this related resources. And then I might link off to some key information. Now, when you see this point here, where maybe it's suggesting documents that are stored in your campaign team, there's no sense in trying to link to that because people can't access that. So this is something you have to be mindful of when you're creating your publication, that the things that you're linking to and referring to have to be accessible to your audiences. So these will be documents that are just in the campaign team. Not a good idea. I'm going to use from link, and I've got a couple of links I've already prepared, which I know are resources. So this one is the support page for Microsoft Teams. I'll drop that in and add that. And we'll give that a name, which is Teams Help at support.microsoft.com. We can use the usual thing of like give it an icon or a custom image. I think somewhere in here is a Teams icon as part of there it is, the standard set of icons available in SharePoint. So that's cool, you've got the idea. So there's that related resource. Now this is going to be just how it will appear in SharePoint, of course. I think that's enough. Just to say that the web parts that we have are not the full set of web parts you would have if you're creating a regular page on a site. Because these things have to be shaped and put into the other kinds of distribution channels that are available to us. Teams, SharePoint Pages, and Outlook. And Engage will be coming soon. We'll have a look at that soon. Now, something else that's missing from here, which I would like to see, and that is while we can embed or refer to a file from somewhere, I don't know, this is from the site, I could find something from one of my intranet pages and refer to that, but it's not something that I can embed or refer to a stream video, for example, or I can't refer over to a YouTube video, an external link, or embed anything external. So if I had a stream video that I wanted to refer to, I again have to make sure it's available to the audience that I'm sending it to, that they can access it. So I could do that. Let me just quickly find one. Right, so this is a video that I have definitely made available to people because it's on the intranet site. And maybe these videos in relation to the scenario of IT comms and letting people know what's coming and what's possible, that they're stored on a communication site that we might be using to communicate to people. I have got one of those sites in mind, and that is the Way We Work site. So let's just open that up. Here it is. And so that's my example of a site that I use to communicate about the way that we work. So that might be where you're storing the documents you want to share and make available to people, the videos that you might want to demo and say, here's what's coming, what's new, and demonstrating stuff like that. So that's a few things that we've got, right? So let's add that, that's fine. It's embedded. And let's go with, well, I wanted to show you too, writing guidance. If I turn this on, that's what we filled out earlier. So it's good to have that open and available maybe if you're crafting your message, just remembering what are the objectives of the campaign, what are some of the key things that I might need to learn and remember about the campaign so that I can craft my message and be on target with what I'm saying. Okay, so that's writing guidance.